So you're recording. You want me to read this thing?
Yes, we would.
Please.
Okay. Planned brother.
No, start again. And we won't leave all of this in here to
Okay.
make you look
Question,
like
I
is
know.
Planned Brotherhood associated with Planned Parenthood?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't know.
Planned Brotherhood is not affiliated or associated with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a registered trademark of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, Incorporated. Bitches!
And then the bitches.
It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. The sun would shine, the candy bars, Kool-Aid flowing like wine, the comic books, the TV shows, the bubble gum, the kitty cat. I was a time.
Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 111 of Planned Brotherhood. Some of you may notice we're running a week behind right now, which is a first for us, but we intend to make it up either this week or next week. My OCD will not allow that to stand, so who do we got tonight? We got Jeremy, and also Nico, for a second week in a row, talks just about as much as he did last time, which, if you ask me and PJ, that's about right. Enjoy the show.
Picture drawing the pretend hero. My favorite was Captain America.
Well, I know Jeremy's got a fucking scroll to get to. The only guest we ever have that brings
Kerouac
fucking
scroll.
notes and writes notes as we're outside.
Oh, that's
chain
impressive.
smoking.
No, that was
It's
nice.
just, it's an outline in case I can't think of anything to say.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Maybe we should have thought of that 111 episodes ago.
When does Jeremy's kick in, though? We've run out of things to say.
No. I'm saying before he gets into his scroll, which we can. It's a scroll.
A lot of notes. Over
College ruled.
We've been teasing. Let's go briefly through our day.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Because Nico's here too. I don't know
Yeah,
if people
yeah.
heard his grumbles.
there. Yeah, rah.
How's
Last
that
two
Pizza Hut
episodes. Oh, fuck yeah. It's on the way, bro. It's on the way.
coming?
I'm not going to pay
I'm not
$30
leaving
for
town
pizza.
until I get this Pizza Hut.
You canceled that, right?
I did
Chinese
cancel
was
that.
already on its way to our house before we recorded, and then
My
Nico luckily
argument
ordered
was,
two
I was like,
pizzas.
that was $30. I'm not paying $30. He's like, it was $30 for Chinese food.
That's
Right.
true. It was
Thanks.
$30
Of course, you
for
didn't come
Chinese.
up with that argument until after you had eaten and were full.
Yeah, of course. yeah.
On
Touche.
we're like, holy shit,
on
we got
my
pizza on the
dime.
way too.
When you were starving, 4 boxes of Chinese
Yeah.
food wasn't enough.
Yeah.
You needed 2 large
Well,
pizzas.
Jeremy, this ties
Chinese,
into
yeah.
the day that we had. Okay.
Okay.
Although Nico was the only one to have a substantial meal, which we had to sit through today. Vegetable soup, a full-size panini,
Oh, yeah, we stopped by
salt
this
and ground
deli.
pepper chips. I'm
Spoil-
gonna fucking make a $15 day of
It's
it.
true.
I don't
It
want
was.
to
It
spoil
was
what we were doing,
1407.
but we were on a mission, and we're ready to go. And next, let me stop in this deli. Oh, yeah, I'll have a soup, please. And fucking we got to sit there and watch Slob feed himself.
It was a fucking 3-course meal, man.
We
Before
knew
we get
that
our
our
party
mission for
started.
today, our party that we were going to get starting, was time sensitive. We only had so much time before we came and
We
recorded
never
with our friend
started
Jeremy.
it before. Everybody was waiting. To hang out. Come on.
Anyway,
Just made you wait longer.
listeners of episode 95 will be familiar with our newfound fascination for mushrooms, Jeremy. We did mushrooms today.
Today?
Uh-huh.
But that wasn't the first time.
No, it was the second successful time for me and PJ.
Second
Nico's a
time.
seasoned veteran, which is why he took a soup break. He built
Yeah, he's like, yeah, wait for it. Wait for it.
So, how did you have unsuccessful tries?
just not enough or bad mushrooms. Like
Mm.
they
Just
didn't really
nothing
stick.
happened.
Maybe a little bit of body high and then it was gone.
Mhm.
But when everybody told me when they kick in, you'll know it. And I didn't experience that until Portland, which was several weeks ago now.
Yeah. But when we met up with the guy at Westlake Center, like one of the better spots to meet up for a drug deal.
That's
I
where all the
think.
bums and
Yeah.
punks hang out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dance recital that we got to see.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I was in love with one of the girls in one of the dances.
The one that danced to that fucking Bush song. They crank out Glycerine and she does a ballet to a
solo
ballerina dance.
ballet dance
No,
to
this
Glycerine.
was that. Oh, that's when I was.
And got a fucking whoop of applause at the end.
Yeah.
I went into the place to go to the bathroom into the mall, and fucking you had to climb up all the stairs and shit. I missed a lot, but I did see the lady like Remember the interpretive dance where she was shoving away the
Oh,
guy?
you
Oh,
fell
yeah.
in love with that
And
girl?
he- no.
No.
It
I
was
fell
a
in love
girl
with
in
that guy.
a song before that. That guy was wearing Ed Hardy sneakers. They were so fucking bright.
They were blinging.
Yeah.
They literally had like not jazzercise, but
Bedazzled.
bedazzled. Yeah, they were bedazzled.
Yeah.
All the shoes. Yeah.
Agreed. So
Can we agree this was the weirdest meetup place ever to pick up mushrooms from a guy?
It
I
was
know?
pretty
looked-
hilarious.
Like we're like,
Yeah.
let's meet in Westlake Center, and then he hadn't showed up yet, and so we're like, we're by the weird dancing ladies.
We're all waiting on on a fucking phone call or a text, and he's like, "I'm getting lunch first. I'll be over in a bit."
Were
Yeah.
these girls outside? at
Yeah,
Westlake?
it was like a full-out
They're
show that they were
dancing.
doing. There were
Mm.
people crowded around.
Yeah.
But I feel like stuff like that goes on every day
Mhm.
during the summertime.
hmm
I don't usually migrate that way, but that's where the mushrooms were.
Anytime I see a group of girls dancing, I usually fall in love with one of them.
Yeah. There was one. She was beautiful.
Was she?
Yeah, it was in the group one that I saw.
Okay.
You know that one that I saw?
Mm-hmm. I wasn't looking closely enough, apparently. But then, so yeah, I meet up with this guy who's nice enough to come on his lunch break to drop him off for me.
Mhm.
And so I see him from across the crowd 20 minutes after we're supposed to have met. And then we have to make this awkward handoff. And this was just a meetup. Like, there's weird dancing girls, meet us here. But we can't really do the exchange there, you know? First of all, I didn't think to bring a backpack or anything, so I'm just wearing, like, my hoodie. And so we make the most awkward jaunt to this park bench. And, yeah, you guys saw it from afar. It was
Yeah.
just as awkward as it looked.
Did
up
you
Yeah.
hold
close.
hands and skip?
I only wish
Just
that
like
to
like
be a
he gave
fly
it
on
to me,
that
and I
wall.
wasn't sure that he gave me all of them, so I didn't exactly give him the money right after that. And then he's just looking at me while he's also looking at his lunch. This is on his break, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, here's the money." And then we said awkward goodbyes, and then we got fucking high as shit.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a fact.
But like the first time, wasn't sure it was going to work at first. Even
Well,
though this is the
first
same
of
guy
all,
that
we-
came through last time and
we-
came through good.
Yeah, but they look different. And we decided where we're going to do it. We're going to go to just fucking that big open piece of grass at like the Seattle Center and do it there.
Any open piece of grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't even really start like that. Like we decided that we were just walking, and we're on all the piers, like Pier 70.
Well, I'm talking about
Pier
before
90.
we even ate them.
Uh,
Before we
Yeah.
ate them, we were downtown.
We had to make a decision where we're going to eat these.
Yeah.
So
Where can
even
we do it
Oh,
discreetly?
okay, okay, yeah,
and
yeah,
even
yeah.
even though you've got mushrooms, you've got grass on your mind.
Grass plays a big part later. I can tell you that. I can tell you that.
So we eventually make it to the Seattle Center. I don't know why we didn't take the monorail. That's all I wanted to do.
I figure that's a joke suggestion when you say, "Hey, we should take the monorail."
I have
That's
a
a-
right, Jeremy,
that's-
as
no,
a Seattleite.
No, as a
How often
logical.
do you take the monorail?
Jeremy, we walked underneath the monorail
The
track.
whole
okay,
way.
if you
The
have
whole way.
and it took
saw
as
10
long as it would have.
We saw 10 monorail trips get there before
No,
we
the
finally got
monorail
Calm
is
down.
fast, and if you're at Westlake Center and need to go to the Seattle Center, that's the best method of
That's exactly
transportation.
what was going
Ah.
on. We were at Westlake Center. We wanted to go to Seattle Center.
we
in
wanted
fact,
to
that's
throw
the-
$3 away. We wanted to fucking shit that down the drain, right?
Yeah,
It was only 9 if you count all
and-
3 of
and-
us.
Actually, besides being the best method of transportation between those two locations, those
Please
are the
tell me
only
it's
two
green.
locations you can travel from
Yeah.
and to on the monorail.
Yeah, it's perfect.
No, that's why it's useless.
But we
That
did
too.
eventually
You guys think
get
you're
there.
defending it, but everything you say makes it sound more ridiculous to the
Yeah.
listener.
When we
Because it
did
is
get there, it was
ridiculous.
what, like 5th grade field day at the Seattle
Yeah.
Center or something like that.
Yeah.
So many 11-year-olds running around.
We're just trying to eat mushrooms in peace, and fucking grade school kids are running around every which way.
Yeah.
I think after you ate the mushrooms, that could have been perfect.
Oh, gosh. Tell me about it. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead just a little bit to quote something I said when I was fully tripping. I should have jerked off before I left home.
It's true. A lot of
You did
beautiful
say that.
ladies.
A lot
were
of
up
beautiful
today.
ladies today.
But they were 11.
No. They hadn't set in yet. I don't know if you've ever
We
done it,
had to
Jeremy,
eat
but
them.
we had to eat them, and
Right.
then there's another half hour before anything happens.
Mhm.
Another half hour, we're thinking, oh, we got totally chipped.
Yeah. So we end up chomping them up. We found like the smallest patch of grass to sit in. Not
Kids
very
everywhere.
private.
Yeah. Nick pulled out his panini wrapper from his $15 meal earlier, and we were
Yeah.
dividing about on that. And so we split it 3 ways pretty evenly, 2 eighths, a quarter, as it's called in the biz.
Uh-huh.
And I knew from the last time that I ate mushrooms that it's a fucking chore.
Yeah.
Like I have such a sensitive gag reflex anyway, but this stuff is and we bought bottles of water, like preparing for it. But I was gonna go ahead and do my one stim at a time. Nico, fucking champ over here, takes his portion,
took
which
it
is
all,
pretty
just like,
substantial, and just
It was the
shoves it all
whole
in his mouth.
collection. Put the whole
And then
collection in the mouth.
PJ,
Just
being
chew that
challenged,
shit up.
apparently does the same exact thing.
Well, I realized it's the best way to go. Like, oh, it's gonna be over.
And
in
I already
10
gagged
seconds.
twice while watching you guys.
Yeah.
First of all, watching you, and also just chewing on my one little stem. But then I had to go through with it, and I stuffed it all in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we took a walk. Pretty sure it's not working. It's not working. Then we took that first pit stop, and I fucking
we
went
sat down.
crazy.
Yeah, we
well-
sat down and you did go nuts.
I did.
Where that
Fuck.
guy
I don't know what
Here
to
we-
do with
Here it
myself.
comes. Oh fuck. Oh, I think I'm
Yeah.
feeling it. Oh my god, I'm feeling it.
But-
Oh,
So I was the
oh.
bummer, right? I was the bummer.
No,
Yeah, for the next the first
like,
20 minutes.
I think
Yeah,
you were,
I know.
You were just
It was
like
lovely though.
you were like, oh no, I feel high. Like, but that's what I was waiting for. Like, for that half hour, I was bummed out that it wasn't gonna happen. But once we got to that first pit stop and the guy was fishing out the dock and gutted some
Yeah.
big ass fish,
Whatever that was.
like, yeah,
This
I'm
weird
feeling
Japanese,
it
yeah,
out.
this weird Japanese guy was fishing on the docks, and then he like threw some guts or whatever it was.
It was
He
a
threw
big
some
pink blob.
gelatinous matter onto into the fucking trash can. And I looked at PJ and I was like, "What the fuck did he just throw away? What was that?"
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I'll be
an
honest, I didn't
unborn
catch any of
fetus,
that.
but
I was in my own world. Do I smoke? Do I
Yeah,
not smoke? Do I
yeah,
pace?
yeah.
Do I not pace? Do I sit?
That
Do I
was-
stand? Like, that's what I do
That's
the
the
first
truth. He was
half
like,
hour. Yeah.
Why did you feel like that?
I don't know. I get panicked. Like, there's rolls of panic. And then eventually, which we'll get to, the park where all the true stories lie. Once we found that park, I was fucking content. Well, not the first 5 minutes, because that Jack
Yeah.
Johnson ripoff.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that guy was.
I wanted to rip
unreal.
his head
But
off. I wanted
before-
to beat him to death with his own fucking sandal.
Before the park,
Oboe.
we made two. Before the park, we made two other probably unwise pit stops. One was at that dock where the cop was parked. And we're like,
Of
yeah,
course.
and I was like, let's stop here. I want to stretch out my back, and like I'm laying on the bench and shit like
But
that.
by then, we've consumed everything illegal.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for
I
the
had
pocket
the
of
one hitter.
Shake I had.
Oh, that's true.
Oh
You
yeah,
did have the-
Nico. Spoiler alert! Had a pocket full of shake, and that.
So many layers,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
there.
We're getting to it.
But then where we go to the bathroom, I'm like, oh, I know where this arcade is, so we can go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you know the one
there.
on the dock,
Mhm.
like on the
Yeah.
waterfront, right?
Yep.
So
Been there as a kid, probably.
Nick is.
You've never been there on mushrooms.
Nick is faced with the carousel, and I'm like, oh, this
So
is
many
cool.
lights and so many kids again. Like, I'm faced with kids again.
Like,
Like,
I
I'm
didn't-
feeling shitty about myself for that first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And I don't want to see kids.
yeah.
Because then I think I might have a kid someday. And what am I doing with my life right now that I don't have a kid? And I just go down that hole.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
not the way to think about
I
it.
know. Well, you have a kid. It's easy.
though. Yeah, it's easier for me. I feel much better about it. But yeah, so we left there, and then I was like, oh, let's just go somewhere where there's grass, because always the first part is I don't think they're gonna work, and then boom, they hit you, and then they come in. It comes in such waves that I'm always afraid that when it's going down, like shit,
That's it.
that
That's
was
it.
it.
I should have
So I'm
held on
trying
to
to
that
hang
one.
on to it.
Yeah.
So then I asked, oh, let's go to some grass. And we decided the one place of grass we can brainstorm and know that exists. Is
Well, Nico's our Ram McNally at this point. Like,
Yeah.
he's taking us along.
Well, come
I know
on,
this
yeah.
patch of grass. There's
Yeah.
going to be some
I
shade
knew what
there.
I knew what
First
PJ
of all,
was
no
talking
shade.
about.
No shade.
There was a bit of shade in like the weird part that everybody was.
All I
sitting
wanted was
under.
shade. I
people,
was
people
sweating out
were
of my skin.
bogarting
Also.
the shade.
So-
we're making it sound so pleasant, right?
We went to the Pike Place Market
Right,
Park.
that's what I was thinking.
That was
you
ridiculous.
know the one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
There's only one spot of shade, and it's one tree, and everybody's huddled around it. And we're
Right.
all high on mushrooms. I'm like, I'm not sitting over
I don't
there,
wanna-
man.
Interact with people
Yeah.
if I can avoid it. Yeah.
So we find the less crowded spot, which basically meant like a 7x7 area.
It was a good spot.
It
It's
was
not a bad spot. You
Beautiful
had
spot.
some fun there, PJ. I think it's safe to say you had more fun than anybody at that park.
Oh man, well it was like I said last time, like fucking. I was on him. It doesn't happen very often. I was like, let's just go lay down in the park.
Let's embrace this.
Yeah, I want to hang on to this for as long as possible.
So where do we start with the park? What's
Well, yes, I'm going to the kite story.
Okay,
because
gotta go to the kite.
come to
story.
find out, there's this homeless guy who's there who's got a fishing string, and
because
he-
his kite was homemade, we're assuming he's homeless.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was made out of paper
No,
bag.
the guy looked fresh out the
he
boat,
smelled
man. He
like
was
urine.
Filipino, Vietnamese. I don't know.
Right, let's
but
bring
he-
race into it too. Sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I said fresh off the boat. I mean, come on, figure it out. So anyway, this guy made this kite out of a grocery sack, which was pretty fucking impressive. I was like, wow, it looked kind of
On
like
or
a
off
goose.
mushrooms, that's pretty cool.
No,
But
I was
on
like, oh,
mushrooms,
that's cool.
holy God.
Oh yeah, on
We all laid
mushrooms,
there
this
and
guy
fucking
was
watched this
guy
thing.
was God. I was like, oh, I feel really bad now.
For that
'cause I
5 minutes, that's perfectly accurate. He was God.
No, he was.
He was
So-
possessing our only thought.
Yeah.
He had complete control over our only thought, which was what's that kite fucking doing?
I feared and loved him.
yeah.
I did.
So this fucking guy, he comes up and he's like, makes a kite, and then he throws it up in the air, and the kite starts flying and shit, and then it starts flying even higher and higher and higher. It's like 400 feet
So
high.
high. So
It was-
I'm
it
talking
was-
about me. So high.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was so high, and I could still see it, but I'm like, fuck, man. I think that thing's
then-
like a mile and a half high right now. How the
Just so we're
hell?
clear, that's not the kite story.
That's not the
right?
kite story.
No.
DJ, why don't you finish the kite
Yeah,
story?
please.
It culminates with you.
Well, I know. All I know is that I was laying on the ground and I was looking at the sky, and this thing is like so high above me, and I look at it and I go, "This thing's gonna hit me in the face eventually today." This thing.
That's a mushrooms type thought, though. Like,
yeah, I
this
was
thing's
like,
gonna come crash my reality.
yeah, it's gonna come take a dive right on my nose. And then it took about 10 minutes, but as he was winding it up, it just fucking jackknifed and went astray and hit me right in the fucking face. Like, I called it. I wish I had called it out loud.
You should have called it
It was
earlier.
the first thing I said was, I fucking knew when it was way up there. That the thing
There
was
are a lot
gonna
of
hit
people in
me.
this park, Jeremy. There are a lot of people in this park, but I smack on the nose. I didn't even see it. I just saw the guy run over and immediately apologize. And I was like, I can't believe I fucking
Because
missed
the
it.
thing is, like, I'm like shrooming out of my mind. I'm looking and it looks like a bird and shit, and it's coming down lower and lower. And I was like, oh, I can think I can touch it. Smack! Like, fucking- I'm close enough to touch it.
And then you were sober from that point on, right?
Exactly.
Actually,
Nico,
when I fly kites, that's my biggest fear.
you
is
fly kites?
Not very often, but I'm afraid.
Only when a girl tells him to go fly a kite.
I'm glad you leaned in for that one. That was worth it.
But no, I'm afraid that I'm gonna smack it into someone's face.
Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a worry. But what were some other great moments? There was the Jack.
Well, I
Johnson
made
guy.
3 of my best 5 jokes of the day at the park.
Yes, you
So
did.
let's go through
Yeah.
them in order.
There's the Jack Johnson guy playing guitar, and you guys were making fun of him. And Nick,
Because his voice was so bad. Like, he's
Yeah,
like,
it was so
he's just so
classic.
preachy
This
and
one-
whine. You know the type.
Classic Jack Johnson, Ben Harper.
yeah,
Except for minus the Gorge reservation. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
without
yeah.
the crowd.
Yeah.
It's just that guy.
The shittiest park in town reservation is what he had. It's sweet. I'm gonna play for free in the most crowded patch of grass in town.
Yeah. So we make,
And hope.
I don't know how it comes up, but
the retelling of this joke will never give it justice
I know.
because it was your
Jeremy will fake laugh,
it
though.
was your
Yeah, I
comedic
practiced.
timing. And it was when you guys were ripping on him. I was looking literally at a dragon eating a lion in the clouds. and all I hear is Nick Orlando go, "Yeah, man, life's a beach." And my brother, my wonderful brother, says, "That's the name of this song."
With a deadpan seriousness, like, oh yeah, that's the name of the song.
Like I knew it. Life's a beach. But if that song has a title, I guarantee it's Life's a Beach.
Yeah.
Him in his fucking sandals.
It was
his
a
fucking
joke within a
Birkenstocks.
joke.
And
That's
not
what's
only
so
that,
great.
it's the name of his album.
Yeah, exactly.
So we teased 1 of 3. I remember the
Uh,
second, but not the third.
We were laying down, and then all of a sudden,
Oh wait, when you were looking at the dragon, eating the dragon in the sky,
Oh, yeah.
Nico and I were still having a fucking run about this.
All
kid.
of a sudden, this guy who's playing guitar, I noticed that on his beach towel that he's sitting in this public park at, there's some random dude just sitting there.
That showed
just
up.
chilling, waiting. Yeah.
We're gonna guess gay lover, right? Or at least closeted gay and is in love with
that was
Jack
the
Johnson
joke.
wannabe.
Like,
Yeah.
So he's just sitting there waiting while his bro fucking sings his music and shit. And I'm like, holy shit, this fucking guy who can't sing shit and is playing some random music on his guitar, he's got someone who's here who's a fan who's just like, hey,
It's like his male
waiting on
groupie, yeah.
yeah. So then we went off on
So
this
much so
tangent.
that he brought they shared Tupperware. He made him an egg salad sandwich,
yeah,
cut
yeah.
in triangles because that's what he likes. No crust.
No
but a
crust,
little bacon.
no, a little bit of
Egg
bacon.
salad,
though.
yeah.
That was nice.
So that was the second joke. That one definitely didn't translate.
No, that
But
did
then
not
the
at
third,
all.
PJ tripping balls says, "Hey Nico, Mr. Memory," or did we already tell that part?
Oh no.
No, it was. I was thinking.
I'll
back,
cut the part where I spoiled the joke.
I was thinking back to where when we fucking ate the mushrooms and Nico took him out of the sack and stuff like that. And I go, Nico, there was some stems left in it.
It's
Plus,
way-
I know,
basically.
I know Nico. I know his game
I'm
too.
a shiesty motherfucker.
And I'm like, what happened to that
Yeah.
baggie with all the shit in it? And Nico's like, hand in the cookie jar. He's like, oh, Mr. Memory. And
That's pretty much
Fucking
what happened.
pulls it out
man.
reluctantly.
He goes, hey, whatever happened to that bag with all the shake in it? I was like, oh, hello, Mr. Memory.
And then he literally says, all right, I'll be generous.
Hey,
I'll give it back to
come
you.
on, I didn't say that.
Fucking our mushroom. But yeah, so I'm like, yeah, pass that shit over. And Nico hands it to me, and my brother says, all right, guys, let's not be Scarface.
They were
about
so
it.
fucking obvious. So yeah, that was the third joke. Don't be Scarface about that shit.
Don't be Scarface.
Like you may as well just like snorted it out of the bag.
But dude, they were sharing Tupperware full of granola and shit like that. That's all it looked like we were doing.
It was actually egg
We
salad
passed a
sandwiches.
baggie that had nothing in it to the naked eye, and then we're eating out of it.
It's granola
They
shit.
probably thought it was pot brownie crumbs, something a little
Yeah.
more innocent, I guess.
But I mean, that was that's where we spent most of the mushroom high, was in that park laying down. We almost left a couple times.
And then
My-
you're like,
my-
no, one more cigarette, one more cloud trip.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
ready.
My position was that like we're going to a bar. We always go to this bar. We never lay down in the park on mushrooms. You know what I mean? Like, let's fucking hang on to this.
No, and I totally got that. And then we
It
went
was
to the
fun.
bar and met some characters.
Yeah, we
that
met a
was
lot
fun.
of characters. Jesus.
In fact, I call them now, in retrospect, Bachelor number 1, 2, and 3. 3 never had a chance, but 1 and 2 were kind of interesting. 1 only because he had an accent.
Yeah.
We took
Wow.
you know Shorties, Jeremy.
Yeah.
We were sitting on the outside
Bachelor
patio.
number
Yeah.
1 liked to talk, but not so much listen. He wouldn't listen to what you were saying.
But he had an
just
accent.
move
That's
on
true.
to
Did you not
your-
catch that?
His next thought. I heard
No,
the
there's a
accent.
reason he was hating on everybody. I mean, yeah, for that reason, I think.
Yeah,
He loved to talk, not listen.
that's fine. Then Bachelor number 2, PJ.
Delightful.
You guys love that guy, and I
PJ
he
especially
creeped
because
me
they
out the
fucking
most.
talked books, and then
Yeah. He was a
even though I
creepy
couldn't smoke
motherfucker.
where we were,
Yeah, you
I
could tell
walked
he
away
was
and smoked.
super creepy. He would have fucked any one of us if we'd
Yeah. Yeah.
given him the chance.
You asked him to take his pants off at one point.
I asked what size he was. but it wasn't about
Close enough,
that.
right?
He said like 9.5 inches too. He said some random
Yeah.
bullshit.
he was full of the sexual innuendos.
Yeah, yeah.
We'd give him a YouTube plug, but I don't remember what the fuck he said.
was
But
something
his
snavely
disclaimer will
or-
probably. Oh no, Jeremy's disclaimer is going to start this one.
Heard it.
Cut it. I want to talk about Bachelor number 3 and Nico's con job, and then we're moving on to.
Oh
Jeremy.
yeah, that's right.
Bachelor number 3 comes up. It's one random open spot like between me and Nick and PJ. Can I sit here? Nobody else is sitting here. He just wants to be outside in the sun, like us drinking beer. But then they're gonna have to fucking talk to us because we're coming down from our shrooms and we're gonna have a fucking conversation,
Yeah.
which is why this Bachelor number 2 worked out so well. But then Bachelor number 3 comes along, and what was it about him that we hated? First of all, he left a disclaimer.
Well, he had
'cause
some
we pushed
weird
that right in
guy
his
who
face.
was just sitting next to him, like
Yeah.
outside the building.
right.
It was waiting on him just to fucking get done talking and smoking.
He couldn't
It was
really
fucking
form a
s-
sentence.
No, he was wasted. I mean,
Well,
we
so
were all.
Hey guys, this is what I do. I fucking like. Well, like I said, Tim Roth from Reservoir Dogs. I'm trying to watch the fucking Lost Boys. That's what he sounded
That's
like.
the reference he made to me at the time, and I was like, I don't know what you're saying, but now I get it. Nico, how do you get rid of
Yeah.
Bachelor number 3? As a
Oh
Nico,
no, I'd rather hear your side of it, your story. I like it.
it's ridiculous. Like, it's clear that nobody's into this guy. Like, I hope he leaves soon, but nobody thought to took initiative except for Nico.
I just jumped in. You're right. So I just jumped in and I was like, "Hey, you know what? You know, we're waiting on a buddy. Should be showing
No,
up anytime."
You gave the buddy a
See.
name, first of all. You fleshed
Nick,
the whole story
Nico
out.
pulls out his phone, pretends to
That's
text
right.
somebody.
That's right.
Oh, Steve's coming, dude.
Yeah,
Steve-
hey,
Steve's
our
on his
buddy
way.
Steve's coming. There's some chairs open over there. Maybe you should vacate.
And then he was like, "Yeah, it's cool, no problem."
The
man."
guy totally caught
I'm
the
leaving.
hint, and
I'm
then I
like,
felt bad.
yeah.
Like, he totally knew.
He caught the hit because he was like, "Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm leaving any minute." I'm like, "Yeah, you should leave now. Like, it's time to go."
Most beautiful girl on earth was there at Shorty's.
Jeremy, I know
Oh,
we said
man.
that we're going to get to you, but our friend Steve's on his way. So
Sorry, yeah.
I need the
That
room
mic's
on the
You should
reserved.
ground.
probably leave.
Yeah, I get it, guys.
All right, Jimmy, I'm sorry. Let's make this all about you. What's going on in your
No, we
life?
literally wanted to tell those park stories, and then we knew that we'd get into it. So.
Spotlight you.
But wait, I thought you mentioned a girl. There was the most
Oh,
beautiful
yeah,
girl in the
she's-
world there.
Oh, she was hot. too.
Okay,
That sounds
there's
interesting.
Well,
Until she opened her mouth, you know what I'm saying, fellas?
it's true though.
It's
It is
true.
true.
It
In this
is
case,
true.
it's true.
Mm.
She's a cum dumpster at best. But God, she's so hot.
Yeah.
She hangs out at Shorty's like literally every night, but from like 4 to 6 every night, and she's already fucking plowed. I don't know. That she probably doesn't have a job. She just fucks her way around.
Mm.
But this girl, as I alluded to earlier, like as soon as you said it when we came in, like there's an amazingly hot girl outside. I knew who you were talking about because I've jerked off to her before. Like it's just one of those girls. Like,
But
No,
not
she
not
is
till you
stunning.
get back at home, right?
yeah.
Not in the bar.
I wish I would have known that. Wisdom. I was like, ugh. I looked at her right in the eyes. I was like, I love you. And
Right
she
over,
left.
right all over Bachelor number 3's
Yeah.
face.
Do you guys have a restroom in here? Oh, thanks. I'll be
Do we
right
We have
have
a
back, guys.
restroom with a periscope to
This
the
girl's
balcony.
amazingly hot, but let's recap some of the conversation we overheard.
Oh my god!
Oh,
You know, if you're
If
my
you're
girl,
gonna ask me to sleep over,
If
then
you're my
don't expect me
girl,
to wake up at 6
and
a.m.
I'm
and go
sleeping
jogging
over,
with you.
and you're my girl, then I expect you to wake me up because I gotta get back home to my bed.
You said even when she took her sunglasses off, not as hot, right?
Yeah, I was like, put them back on.
Yeah, because you
Bitch
can
eyes.
see the bitchiness in her eyes.
Yeah,
But I kind of want to fuck the bitch out of her.
yeah.
That's
heard
me.
that.
Maybe that's me.
That sounds good. But I see your point about not being woken
You
up
gotta
at
see
6
this
a.m.
girl,
to
Jeremy.
go jogging. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Tell PJ, this is from your wife, LV, and I just got a text, impromptu. Tell PJ I just saw a brown spider for him. He's welcome. A big brown spider.
Okay, she's the spider killer of our house. That's what happens.
Oh, really?
I am mortified. I'm so afraid of spiders.
Turns out it was worth reading that on Reddit.
And you know what the
Fucking
fucked up thing
pussy.
is I'll be like, oh my god, there's a spider right there. You have to go kill it. And she's like, man, I saw that like half an hour ago. I was hoping you wouldn't notice because like I will make her stand on the rickety ass chair to kill a spider. I cannot do it. I do every other bug killing.
How many
thing.
levels do you have in this apartment that she's standing on a chair?
Well, I mean, you know, those fuckers nest up in the corner and they spin
Sure.
their web and
Sure.
shit.
I live where we're recording now, basement level.
Mm.
Lot of spiders in this place.
Yeah, in the basement.
But I've never had a problem with them, really.
You've seen them though?
You may.
Oh, I've
You may
crushed
have a
them
problem.
like every other day of my life
Why would
since
you
I've lived here.
Every other day. We
Seriously.
were free one
Nick,
day, but tonight.
Usually in the bathroom. If you're gonna see it anywhere, it's in the bathroom.
But Nick, I'm not
It's
lying.
gonna crawl up right into your asshole.
If I wake up at
Deal with it.
Listen to me. If I wake up at 3 a.m. and there's a spider in that bathroom, I don't care if you start work tomorrow. Like I have to.
I
wake
do
you
start
up.
work tomorrow.
No,
First
he-
day, everybody.
I
Oh,
have.
you're gonna-
I have
you're
to
gonna hear
wake
us-
you up. To
Please, use my high heel.
I will
Kill
be-
this thing.
This is what it'll be like. I'll be like, Nick, I'm serious right now. It's not another battery acid incident. You
That's
have
what
to.
I just said.
I can't sleep with the spider alive.
That's
Like,
what I
Really?
just said. I
But you
said
can't
that
bring yourself
verbatim.
to kill it, even at 3 a.m. You're
No.
foggy.
I'm
You're
not going.
foggy.
I'm not going.
What else are you doing?
I might
other than
jump
killing
on
a
my
spider?
face or something.
It's not a kite. It's not aiming for you.
That was hilarious.
Best visual gag of the day was when Peter got hit with the kite.
Dude, it was so spectacular.
Did you guys see it?
I didn't see it. I saw the aftermath, but we were
I
all
saw
sitting in the
when
same
he got
fucking
hit.
gay circle.
It was
Jerk.
fucking hilarious.
Wasn't it great though to look at the clouds? Jeez, totem
You
pole.
stared at the sun for like
At one
20
point,
minutes,
the sun
right?
came down like a fireball in my face. It looked like it was just coming straight for
It's
me.
okay. You're wearing Walgreens sunglasses. You're fine. You're protected, right?
I'm pretty blind tonight, and I have a headache.
You know what I
Stared
hear?
at the sun for like 25 minutes. Oh, just I don't know. It was like 20 minutes, 25. Who knows? But
What I hear is good is Avatar: The Mushroom Experience.
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything worse.
I couldn't think of it. Nothing against Avatar except for it sucks. But I couldn't imagine myself being on mushrooms and sitting in a movie theater for anything. Like I just
Especially,
want
like,
to.
with
I want to be
3D
moving. I
glasses
want to be
and
moving.
shit.
Except for the park experience, but that's when I came down.
Well, it's got all those bright colors in 3D. That
Yeah,
wouldn't be
I think I'd
psychedelic.
freak the fuck
Inception
out.
would have been all right. But had
You want
we-
bright colors 3D? Go on mushrooms and walk down fucking Pike Place in the middle of the day.
Yeah, go to the circus, man. What the fuck was that?
I was the head of that
The
parade, and I didn't
carousel
want
was
to
a
be.
bad
Like all of a
idea.
sudden, we walked straight through Pike Place to get to this park, and
Mm.
surrounded by colors and children and sounds, none of which I knew how to process.
Are
None
we
of
in a
them.
parade?
That's number 6 on my top 5 jokes of the day.
That
by the
was
way.
pretty Are we in a parade right now?
Yeah, but that wasn't a joke. That was a real question.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
in it. I was in the parade. Yeah, in my own head. Too much to ask if you've ever experienced, Jeremy, with
No,
mushrooms?
no, I have not.
You haven't?
I'm pretty clean.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Just no interest?
I didn't grow up with any influences.
Neither did I. That's why I do it all now. True.
Making up for lost time,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, kind of no interest, I guess, at this point. I've got my one vice, alcohol,
Mhm.
drinking and driving.
That's one of my vices. Okay, then. We'll move on from there.
Okay. Apparently that wasn't a note.
Pull out
Cross
your
off.
fucking
Yeah,
notepad.
No, that wasn't.
I
yeah.
drink and drive. Crossed off. Wanted to make sure I brought that up tonight.
Actually, the truth is that with any of that kind of stuff, I think part of my hesitation is the variance in quality or effect of things. Like, it's just foreign to me, so I don't know if there's like bad mushrooms versus safe mushrooms
There
and
probably are bad
cocaine and E and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to get the bad version of the drug.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've just never gone there with any of that stuff, so it's sort of like
Good for you.
you don't know what you're
Well,
Don't
missing.
go there. Don't
No,
go
if,
there.
if you
In
haven't,
case you're interested in dabbling, I have a pretty good guy. I have a pretty good guy.
Yeah, he's proven himself.
well,
Yeah,
if I
twice in a row
dabbled,
now.
yeah, if I dabbled, then I'd want to go through.
I think
Friends-
Jeremy would be a
friends
blast,
who-
right?
yeah.
I think Jeremy, way better than Nico.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you went to the bathroom.
Just
Somehow I
I'm
didn't
going
see you
to.
there.
Yeah, I gotta say,
I'm
Nico
about
was
to
a
actually
good
go to
mushrooms
the
buddy today.
Especially compared to Ben, going back to episode 95.
Yeah.
That guy was
Oh,
a mess.
great.
Yeah.
So you have 3 total highs.
I can't
Two
wait.
of
I
which
can't wait
worked
to do it
and
with
now-
Nico again. Like I know we're gonna do it soon, right, buddy?
No, because
Well, not tonight soon, but
yeah.
we'll
Yeah,
do
they
it
were
yeah,
looking
soon.
to drop more
Yeah.
tonight. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
I got work in the morning, and I haven't been able to say that in 15 months. I think it's just paperwork tomorrow. Just paperwork.
Mhm.
I hope so, because I'm gonna be a fucking mess. Probably lose it. Oh, who's gonna shave my neck tonight too? Somebody.
Oh,
needs to-
gross.
Oh, that's great. I love it. You ask on a pocket. Hey, seriously though. I mean,
I wasn't asking the listener. It'll
You-
be taken care of by tomorrow.
You had me.
Ideally.
but seriously, who's gonna shave my neck? I just
I need a shaved neck
Oh,
before I
like
go to my first
holy
day
shit,
of a job, right?
holy shit, we're
Your
on a
neck doesn't look
podcast.
too bad right now, but
I just got a haircut,
Oh.
but there was no
Yeah.
neck shaving because it was
Okay.
like a a gorilla
Oh,
haircut.
that's going on.
well,
the
you had me at
podcast.
who's gonna shave my neck.
Yeah, you did. You're like, who's gonna shave my neck?
Did you
It
just
was
volunteer?
out
to?
of the blue.
Is that on your list? Cross it off. Shave Nick's neck. I know you were gonna
Who's
ask.
gonna shave my? Whoa,
mushrooms,
whoa, where are you going with
mushrooms,
that?
mushrooms. Hey, who's gonna shave my neck tonight? Where was I? Mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms.
No, we're done with
No,
mushrooms.
but
stuff.
seriously, shave my neck.
Wait, let me see your neck. Turn your head a little bit.
All right.
Oh, it's shave worthy.
Mm,
It's shave worthy.
Right? You
Little
need to
long.
shave that.
Well,
That's
you need.
long.
I guess you need to trim too.
What do you mean?
You get
Well,
nice. You need to get
Oh,
a good
well, we
taper
should
back
explain
there.
for the listener. It's not audio. I mean, it's only audio. I just showed him my cock too. He's talking about my pubes.
You gotta have the carpet match the drapes.
Yeah, I paint both ways, top and bottom. Jeremy,
Yes.
speaking of my pubes, apparently, how's your love life going?
Oh, there's
Anything since the last time? Episode 83, you had a lot to say.
right. I had a big story. Well,
Don't tell that story again. People will
no, but that story, I told that story, but even during telling that story, I had already moved on to the next rebound. And as bad as that story was, it's nothing that a hot blonde that you get to fuck 4 times a week for a month can't take your mind off. Of course, eventually that goes
Heard
wrong.
That.
forget. Shut up, PJ. Virgin well until after you were married.
I gotta relate somehow.
I mean, the sad part of the story is that's
Heard that.
sad part of the story is that's how my love life has been. Haven't had any really since January, but January was good. And
Wait,
as-
you haven't had any sex or you haven't had a relationship? Because there's a big difference.
right?
And I can tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have casual sex. I'm incapable. But I feel like I'm at the point, especially when we were at that park today, huh, guys?
Oh, dude.
You guys and your circle jerks.
It basically was.
But it was casual.
Well, I haven't had I haven't had sex since January, girl. It went
That's crazy.
into well, it
You
went.
realize we're in fucking August. For me, September of last year.
Yeah, I love that.
Got me beat by
You
4
realize
months.
we're in August. Now that I realize that, yeah,
Yeah.
September.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
it's been
you're
a while.
Jeremy. You have
Well-
a certain suaveness that I don't possess.
Well, that's
accurate? Is that what you're going to
Well,
say?
I know that you have this impression, and I love that we're back at this subject because it fits into my notes here
Oh, okay.
about this Vancouver bachelor party we were at a couple weeks ago, me and my friends. And Nick knows the suave side of me because he tends to hang out with me at bars.
That's true.
I mean, if I want to see Nick, I got to meet him at a bar.
True.
And
Wait, not true. You came here tonight. Granted, I'm drinking vodka
Right.
out of a coffee mug.
so, alcohol does help me, but it's not like I'm Mr. Cool every day of the year. But I have.
You can cut off the E day of the year in that sentence.
Well, I have nights.
That was stellar.
High fives across the room for that zinger.
That's a good one. I will repeat
Seriously,
it.
though, PJ, you're
but-
useless. Quit talking. Jeremy, go on.
That was so fun.
Well, sometimes I
Good, you get
go in like pre-committed, like I'm on a mission that night, and I just
See, that's
I
a
launched-
confidence that I can't possess. I could talk myself into it all
Yeah.
day. That whole walk to the bar,
Yeah.
and then I'm fucking shut down and making fucking gay jokes with my brother
Yeah.
in the bag.
well, I wish I could do it every day, but only some days, and
It's easy. You say a fag walked into a. We're talking about how to. You wish you could tell gay jokes, right?
No.
How would that go, though?
Two Marys walked into a bar.
Uh
They tried to get married, and I said, "Not in my country."
huh.
What?
So tell us more about this bachelor
That
party.
joke goes. That joke can get a round of applause.
Well, I go in like a missile sometimes.
I laugh,
Please
and then I ask you to
continue.
and then I ask
Please
you to
continue.
explain.
Yeah.
Well,
you go in like a missile, of
just-
course. We all know that expression.
Heat
Do
seeking.
you run headfirst into a girl?
He said heat seeking.
He did say heat seeking.
And whatever PJ's joke was, he topped that.
I don't care. I just,
So I'm with my 4 friends, 5 of us guys at bars, and I'm the only one that's talking to the girls, and they're all just sitting back like, "Whoa, look at him go," And I'm bringing the girls over to the group to talk to them and say hi to my friend who's the bachelor. Got to get some attention, get some ladies worked up and stuff. And I had a really awesome night, and I just went up there like, this is only going to happen once. And I'm gonna live it up like it's Vegas, And I had way too much cash in my pocket. We had like a 5th of scotch before we got to the border, and by the end of the night,
You're
I
wearing
was
a suit too, aren't you? Somehow I think at
With-
least a tie, right? At least a tie.
yeah, suit. Wait, no, I went casual.
Look at Jeremy.
Yeah.
He knows how to play it. Dude. He does. He does.
But by the end of the night, I was trying to start Fight Club Vancouver and doing ninja moves with my shoulder into the street.
Fight Club is separate from ninja moves, I think. If
Well-
the movie taught us anything.
Yeah,
It's
But
just
no,
about
I
being
was-
a busboy and getting your anger out.
I was
I don't
about-
know ninja moves.
yeah. Well, I was about to get my ass handed to me, probably because first it just starts with my friends, and then I'm with my buddy. I mean, then
and
I'm
you broke the second rule of Fight Club, right?
right. Well, no,
Dumb.
no. Actually, I was following the rules of Fight Club, where you pick fights with people you don't know. I start with my friends, and then
It's
I
always
start
fun.
going into hitting on people that I don't know, and I'm just like, hit me, man, hit me. And all I got was a girl to hit me. But luckily, that's all, because I could have got clobbered pissing off the wrong guy, man, because I was asking for it. So,
Literally.
Yeah,
yeah,
you were literally asking.
I was
for it.
literally asking. And then my friend's grabbing me and trying to hold me back, and I, like, spin away from him and do some acrobatic jump and shoulder roll and slam myself into the street. Wake up and I can't use my arm the next day.
Question: when you write in your diary, is it in graphic novel form?
Sometimes I do want to write a book.
The Adventures of Jeremy. I love it.
That was
Pilgrim
just
versus the World,
Friday
yeah.
night.
Jeremy's Journeys. Is that the name of your diary?
No, that
Jeremy's
sounds like.
Journeys.
I think it's just so out of our realm. And I pronounce it realm. But it really is. Like, I can't imagine, like, asking a guy to fight me at a bar. Like, a
Yeah.
guy I don't know. Like, I've never been that guy.
I've never been in a fight.
then why start with a guy you don't know and ask for him to hit
That's
you?
how fights start.
Although we, you guys had a fight club once upon a time. I remember that. Shortly into your marriage,
We've
PJ.
talked about it.
We used
You
to
and Nico. I'm
knock,
looking at.
knock each other around a little. Sure.
Yeah.
Like men do.
Yeah, 1999, right when that movie came out. Seemed cool.
Yeah, it was funny because that actually happened, and then maybe about 3 weeks into it, it really mirrored the movie Fight Club. We're like, holy shit! Like people were talking about it, and I'm like, shh, you can't talk about that.
Hush it up. Oh, our boss did get sick of us showing up with black eyes to work.
I had to
Wow.
take
Yeah.
a week
Only because
off
he'd
of
seen
work.
Fight Club. It's been done.
Yeah.
He asked us to stop a few times.
So did you actually start before or after the movie came out?
Oh,
It was
after.
after, but it
Okay.
wasn't related to
Alright.
the movie until we were
Sure it
done,
wasn't.
and it seemed no, then it definitely seemed so Fight
It
Club-ish.
was just the drunkenly like, hit me, man. Let's fucking go box.
Yeah,
Like,
and Nico did
Credit.
insist we call him Tyler Durden.
yeah,
For that whole
exactly.
year,
Yeah,
I
but
remember,
totally
yeah.
unrelated. Then I watched the movie. I'm like, holy shit, someone's already done this. Fuck. I thought I was so clever.
I swear I was going to name my first kid anyway.
That was always the character in my head.
When we were doing
Tyler
it,
Durden.
I would resist people calling it Fight Club. But looking back, that's obviously what we were doing.
That's what it was.
This
obviously.
is totally Fight Club.
I agree, though.
Yeah.
I really was like, no, it's not like Fight Club. And then,
But you
know.
can't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it wasn't. You're right.
We played in sub-zero weather, like fucking in the hot tub, and then jump
Oh,
out
yeah.
and box
That's
in
fun.
the snow.
In case it wasn't gay enough. Fucking slap wrestling
so
in the yard.
naked. Like body heat break.
And the loser had to put on a shorts. Like, you fucking sucker.
Guys, I
Yeah,
called a 10-minute
I
snuggle.
win. Oh. Just stand up like, it's kind of cold. God, I won. Fucking faggot. Just standing there naked looking at him. Faggot. Come on.
So, bitches.
Speaking of bitches.
Was that on your notepad? So bitches. Segue. Underline. I think it was.
Hey, I
You
was
can
just
read it
trying
from
to.
there.
I was just trying to deal with the dead air.
uh,
You can totally cut dead air though.
yeah, we can. We won't in this case.
I say things that I think you're gonna cut, and it turns out to be my best material.
Right? I know. We'll surprise you that way. I'm a crafty editor. I'll say that. Sometimes I make jokes out of non-jokes. I'm like, oh, no, we meant to say that in this way. As a crafty editor, this is all being cut. Let's talk about OkCupid, Jeremy. Because,
Yeah.
PJ, you'll remember.
Now, again, like we said outside,
Yeah.
before you get into OkCupid, all I have to say is that
Oh, yeah.
your roommate, JK,
Uh-huh.
as I've been...
As the podcast world knows her,
Well,
yes.
yeah.
JK is a vegan.
Uh-huh.
I won't even go into the thing that she feeds her cat meat.
Turkey
whatever.
giblets.
Turkey giblets. I won't even go into that.
Right?
But she
You're
is
a
a
vegan
vegan.
and you feed your cat meat? I don't get it.
Huh.
She's a vegan. I thought it was funny, and then I was peeing in her bathroom.
Oh, you're
Again-
really going to go here?
No, again, not going to go into the bathroom. But on the top of her toilet was organic tampons. And I thought, okay, that's kind of funny. Well, finally tonight when I was all drunk and high off of shrooms, I was
You
like,
finally put one in your butt.
No, no,
tried
no.
one on.
no. I went
just
to go.
wanted to know
I went
what
to
it
pick.
felt like in my vagina.
I went
Yeah,
to pick
go
up the
on.
box and see, like, read it or whatever, why it was organic.
You
And
should
something,
bring it out. Bring
No,
it out.
I will. But something fucking fell in the box. There's something in the box of organic
Pregnancy
tampons.
test?
So I was pretty sure that it was a tampon. So I went in there and I picked it up and it was a piece of corrugated cardboard. And that's it.
Is that an
that
organic tampon?
Yeah, exactly. I was just it's reduce, reuse, recycle. I guess.
Ugh.
Pretty gross. It was
Yeah.
literally
That's
cardboard.
It's very cardboardy.
It was actually corrugated.
I will never hit
cardboard.
that again.
or ever at all, because you haven't.
No, she's moving out, so apparently it's okay to make fun of her now. I have nothing against her, but she's moving out. I'm looking for a roommate.
She does walk around like she has a stick up her cunt, though. Am I all right? She has always given me that impression.
But it only feels like it's certain times a month.
Okay, so you got your organic tampon piece out of the way.
I got my
Yeah,
cunt thing in.
You got to say cunt twice in a row. Jeremy,
Yeah, okay.
we were talking
Cupid.
outside.
Yeah, it's a dating site for anyone that doesn't know.
Pete doesn't know. He's been married since he was
11.
Does he even know
Usually
about?
I say fetus, but then I realize I say that way too much.
Well, PJ, besides porn, the internet can also be used for these dating websites.
Yeah, Adult Friend Finder. I'm a member.
Third-party porn
Ew, that's the
sites.
grossest one to be a member of.
OkCupid.
Married seeking married.
I have a,
AshleyMadison.com. That's me.
I have a
that's the
friend
one
who
where you
used
cheat
to
on your
work
spouse
there.
openly.
Ashley
Yeah.
Madison.
Uh-huh.
I remember it.
My friend used to work for Adult Friend Finder.
Really?
Yeah,
What was her
doing
job?
websites and stuff.
I assume it's a her
No, it
because
was
that
a
would
guy.
be hot.
It was a guy.
Okay,
Sorry.
never mind. I don't care then.
Oh.
That's
Of course,
gross.
guys make that shit. The guys build the websites to find the chicks, or the fake chicks, the faux chicks, the he chicks, and the she dicks.
I
Yeah,
was
well.
waiting. I was waiting.
So, OkCupid is not one of those sites.
You
but-
said you've had a few. I know you're not a regular listener of the show, but episode 90 with your wife, PJ, is when I talked about the one OkCupid date I went on,
Mhm.
and I blew it. Like,
Mm,
first of all, you can never tell by the pictures, the angles.
right.
She's gonna be an Ugmo. Turns out she wasn't.
Ah, that's
Not only am I, but I couldn't even charm her with like jokes because I was talking about how fucked up my family was from minute
Oh.
one. Yeah.
bummer.
I really fucked it up. Like I just got too much in my head. I was too
Yeah.
drunk and too high before I got there.
Yeah.
But so was she. Like that was the
Mhm.
thing. Like we were texting prior
That's the
to.
thing that kind of makes it easier for you.
Yeah. Anyway, I got another one coming up on Thursday.
Nice.
The second, several months later. She's blonde, but I think I can make that work. I don't know.
Blonde can be fun.
Yeah, blondes are the most fun, right?
Mhm.
It's good of you to still give her a chance. That's for sure.
I don't mean to be racist when I say I don't like blondes.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
I hope not. It seems very
'Cause
Aryan.
that would
if
be
you are.
You're just-
inaccurate use of the word racist.
You're hairist. But
You're a terrorist, yeah. You're a terrorist.
So
Well,
OkCupid, it's free, which I
Yeah,
like about it.
and it's actually, I think, kind of fun to use. I mean, not really, but
You sold me. That sounds good.
I think that it's got a unique design, and it's not as shitty as some of them. It seems
I would agree with that.
It's
Although
got-
it's the only one I've ever been a part of.
okay. It's got some character, I guess you could say, that's kind of fun and makes it relax. But whatever. One thing about it is, I signed up on it some years ago because my friend told me about it because he was dating this girl who he actually ended up getting married to last year.
Same story with me.
Yeah.
I know a successful couple
Yeah.
that met through OkCupid.
Yeah, so my friend
and they're
found
both
his...
adorable.
Right.
Especially her.
So I had it on good recommendation, so I signed up, and 2 years went by, and I never met anyone off that site. And then this January or whatever, I updated my profile, put a new picture on that shit, and all of a sudden, I'm getting all this attention.
Holler.
Yeah. And so I met a couple girls this year, 3 of them, I guess. And I
Walk
got
us through it. What's the first
another
day
one
like?
on the line, and
You got another one on the line?
Yeah.
Thursday, we should double.
we're good.
First
Hey,
OkCupid
wanna
double
do-
day.
Want to do a
It sounds
double?
grand.
At least then I won't launch into what a cunt my mom is. Like, I can't be left alone to my own
Right.
devices. It won't
Okay,
work.
Cupid double date. Yeah.
They need
Anyway,
an app for that.
Seriously, let's break it down.
Well,
First date.
First girl
Mhm.
was totally awesome, right up my alley. A professional.
Until you met her, right?
No, no. Actually, sometimes you meet girls off the internet and they're better looking than in their pictures, and other times they're worse looking.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the cases where the girl was better looking.
Yeah,
than
that happened
online.
to me.
Yeah.
Episode 90, that
Yeah.
girl.
And in real life, she was like everything I wanted and dreamed about having in a woman, basically. Asian, successful.
Ooh, Asian. I
Asian,
like that you started with
older.
Asian. End with Asian, too,
I
please.
like
Asian.
Asian persuasion, and she's educated, a professional.
You
like,
know, ibuprofen? Yellow fever?
what? No. So I like it if it's always a bonus, not a requirement, but a bonus if the girl makes some money, so she can add to the money I make,
Big tits.
and we can like buy a house one day or something, and I don't have to provide
Sure.
everything. That's what chicks
Sure.
want. That's what chicks say they want,
That's
right?
what the Bible taught them to want, Jeremy.
Independence.
How are the tits?
Okay, you be independent.
Yeah, how are the tits?
Uh,
Especially Asian,
well,
right?
she
You gotta
was Asian,
Right?
so
Not a fan.
on the smaller
much.
side,
Yeah.
as usual.
not a
but,
fan of Asians, guys.
No.
No,
Oh.
not much. yeah.
well, the right
I am.
Asian.
I want a fucking Asian so bad. I really
It's
do.
fun.
I wouldn't mind it.
fucking
I've
Asians.
seen them on the internet. They don't look that interesting.
That's true. They do.
It's true.
They do.
But
every
they're
girl I've
working
ever
with
seen on the
Japanese dicks,
Yeah.
so
right. Yeah.
you give her one of ours.
Stick
and
a
it's
good
like,
Yankee cock up.
fuck yeah, fuck! Ah! Is this the show we've become?
yeah.
Wait a minute, are all the Asian porn stars dealing with just Japanese dicks? Like they all go to Japan?
I haven't
No.
seen Asian porn stars. I've only seen amateur Asian porn.
Oh, that's different.
Some
no,
of
that's
them,
what I'm saying.
That shit is creepy. No, you got to go professional on this.
Some of those have big black dicks in them, and they still make the same squealy sounds.
Is this the show we've become?
Yeah, a minute
Thank you
ago.
for repeating my
Pay
question.
attention. Oh, you can cut this all out. It's okay.
Oh no, that's the best
So,
part of the episode as far
okay,
as I'm
so-
concerned.
Asian porn was not the first thing I thought of when I met this girl. Okay, so
Uh-huh.
she was pretty cool, and we were.
Did you answer PJ's boobs question? Where's
Oh,
she
I
at on
said-
boobs?
She had small
Oh.
boobs.
Yeah,
She's
smaller
Asian.
side.
Small,
She was
yeah.
Asian. Probably B, around B.
I like
cups.
a B.
I
I
like
a B.
B actually.
I like a good B.
Yeah,
But I've
Cs
never
are-
been a big boobs guy.
Me either. C's are okay. D's are fun to play with now and then. But if when you're talking about every night of the day,
That's my wife
Or-
you're talking about.
yeah.
D's?
Not that I want to
B's or
get into
Cs?
it, but yeah, obviously.
Oh, I don't look at your wife's boobs. I'm a gentleman. Go on.
I do. She has big mouth. We're big.
That was especially creepy because your mouth's also full.
yeah, PJ's wife's boobs.
Well, this girl is cool.
Handful.
We started out quick with like a date the next week, and then
Too fast, Jeremy.
at
Give it
probably.
some breathing room.
But you know what? I've been hearing that I constantly make the mistake of letting too much time go by. So if they're
Swingers ruined me that way too.
if they're actually into
Come
you,
on, PJ, something.
you have to like pay attention to them every week or something like that.
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah.
Literally.
So at the second date, I asked, hey, are you doing anything Friday? And this was like Tuesday, so I'm asking again sooner than a week later, and
Right.
she's like, yeah, sure, I'm free. Let's. She seemed into me, and we were having a great time on our first 2 dates. And then she calls me later and says, oh, I looked at my calendar, I'm busy, and I don't want this to be awkward or anything, but if we hang out again, we should probably just be friends. And I was like,
Ooh.
oh,
What went so wrong though?
not sure.
If
I
you had
think
to break it down,
Yeah.
seed
Well,
by seed.
I think she was new to the site, and she was out there to date some guys, meet some new people, and it was fun. We did have a good time those first 2 dates, and she was just, giving it a try. And I think she probably just came to the conclusion that she didn't want to lead me on, and I wasn't really the right guy for her. So
She just wanted to fuck. That's what it sounds like.
But it doesn't even sound like
No.
you got that out of the
No, I
deal.
didn't get that. If
I'm
she wanted to
making this
fuck,
scene.
she wouldn't have canceled that third date.
Yeah, she would have. She's like, I just want to fuck. I got to go to a third date with this guy? Come on.
Catch
Yeah,
the hit,
let's just
dude.
be friends. I'm going to go
Uh,
date someone else on
yeah.
OkCupid.
Nothing
Right.
like fucking a friend though.
It is. It is fun.
Never done that. I don't know why I said that.
Is this where we've gotten with this show?
Jeremy, you're next with that
I
line.
think I've
You're the
only
last
fucked one friend, just Nick's ex-girlfriend.
It's true. Is this news to you, Nico?
Well, I don't know.
I knew her first.
You're her first? Is that what you said?
No, I knew her before you.
Oh, yeah, you weren't her first.
It's
Who
not
knows
like I
who
was. I
Gotta
wasn't.
go back to preschool for that shit.
I wasn't like camping out at your relationship, waiting for it to end so I could fuck your girlfriend.
No, and we've already talked about this in episode 83, but
I'm
she
sorry.
could have told me in a more tactful manner
Right.
than she did.
Right. Go
Rather
download
than,
that
hey,
one,
I fucked
guys.
that guy that just hung out with us.
Yeah, at a party or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that one, that cool one you liked. I fucked him.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you're the only friend of hers
I-
I did like and do
yeah,
like.
I was the only one that you trusted, and then she dropped that bomb on you.
Because she claims she hasn't slept with several other of the guys that she constantly hung out with while we were
Which I
dating.
think is true. They're all
Oh,
dorks.
is that true?
I think it's true.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, she's
They're
pretty
close.
honest. She told you, about
Yeah,
me
we-
without you asking, and
Yeah, without my ass.
she's got
if
no
I'd
reason
asked,
to-
she could have told me.
she's got no reason to cover up the other guys. I don't think she's fucked any of those.
She was a
losers.
Craigslist find. Do you know that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
A grammar
Crazy.
thing. You found her because she posted something complaining about.
Of course, it was
Grammar,
a grammar thing,
right?
right? Yeah.
It wasn't
yeah.
even a personals. You just answered her ad and was like, "Yeah, that pisses
I'm sure
me off
I was
too."
looking to get laid though. Like
Well,
I'm not just
Oh,
correct you.
dude,
Right,
yeah. When I
right.
want to get laid, I'm like, grammar ads. Let's check this shit out.
That's why
Oh,
I think it must
yeah.
have been a personal.
I
Oh, yeah,
agree.
I think her
I
later
hate
claim
bad
was that she was
grammar.
dating guys on Craigslist because she was writing a blog about it,
Oh.
and then I was the one that she liked or whatever.
Mm.
Seems unlikely. I agree.
I think she did put it on her MySpace blog or something.
I'd
She
like
had
to
We were
read
a
that.
contest.
She had this series
and
of
you won.
Craigslist dates. All of a sudden, it was just like she wanted to meet some new people, and she was going to give it a try. And of course, she's a girl, so she got 200 emails when she posted her ad. And then she just had this slew of like 5 dates in a week. And then they all didn't really turn out, and she was getting
And then
sick
Big
of
Dick Nick comes into the room.
exactly.
The dates are for 8 months.
He
And then
could-
another 6 after she broke up with me. She told me the only reason she got back with me that second time was because of my dick size. And we'll cut that out
She
because I'm
told
not
me
bragging.
that too.
She told you that?
Oh, shit. That
Well, she
seems like
told
more
me-
of a compliment for you.
She told me about you guys like hooking up again, and how something about like, well, you guys hooked up again, but it's probably not really gonna work out. But Nick is hung really well.
Thank you. See?
She
Second-hand
basically said
account.
that.
Second-hand
Like,
account.
I can't say that it's gonna
So
work out,
now
but
I'll
he's got
give-
a giant cock.
Now I'll give my OkCupid profile name for any local listeners. NICHAHL. That's me. That's me. OkCupid number 2.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Let's
Asian
see.
again?
No.
I wish it was.
Mm.
I wish my upcoming date was not blonde and instead
See.
Asian.
Yeah. Number 2 was Russian.
What if we fall in love and then she eventually listens to the podcast? Yeah, it's not gonna
That'd
happen
be
right today. I'm just hoping to get my dick wet out of it. Basically where I'm at right
What
now.
is this show to?
I would. I
It's
would
Jeremy's
love,
turn to ask that.
This is-
Jeremy, you say it.
Is this the show that we've become?
I would love in a year's time, like your soon-to-be long-term girlfriend going, "Oh, if I would have known you were talking about me before a date like this, then I wouldn't have."
Oh
dated
God,
you."
what if this ruins
This
it like
is
a
the,
year
this is
down
the
the
deal
line?
breaker.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a
I
problem
think it
because
says
you've
in
got
my
that big
OkCupid
dick.
profile that I do have a podcast. So if she wants to ask,
Mm.
she'll ask.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding this anymore.
Yeah.
Granted, I haven't had a girlfriend since we started this podcast, really.
Oh,
except for
stop
Pincushion
freaking
again
out! I was
briefly.
just joking. He's all.
But apparently that's
fucking-
all about my dick.
The super disclaimer. I'm sorry. Just so everyone knows on the podcast, I haven't had a girlfriend in a while. So, baby, when you love me in a year, just know that right now, I love you before I met you.
I'm already
So-
pussy whipped with
Yeah,
my
you
imaginary
know,
girlfriend.
I
Baby,
knew
I-
loved
seriously
you
though, baby, if you're
before
listening-
I met you.
Baby, seriously, if you're listening, this is all for fun. Like, we're just having fun.
Great.
Jamiroquai.
Number 2.
Okay, keep it number 2. No, Nico, keep singing. Go ahead.
I had no words. I just copy and PJ.
I only know the one
I just
line.
said Jamiroquai.
I knew I loved you before I met you. Jamiroquai. Jamiroquai. Okay, Cupid number 2. The
Yeah.
short version, please.
So P. Dick
You
and
know
wants
I
to do a
only talk
singing
in
joke.
journal style. Number 2 was From Russia with Love. And she was
Okay, Cupid screen name.
Cross that off the obvious list of things you wrote down earlier.
no, that was off the top.
Well, in that case, I love it. Go
yeah, come on, guys. I'm a little more original than that.
on.
So, yeah, she was Russian and didn't need a green card or anything. She made that.
Did you tell?
she made that.
Apparent.
she
I'm
made
not
that
here-
clear.
I'm not on this first date
Right.
to get married.
right.
Don't worry, I'm not one of them Russians.
Jeremy
Uh,
does look a lot like Gerard Depardieu. If I hadn't mangled it.
Yeah, you did pretty good, better than I could have done. But she's in the same boat as the Asian girl, you know, she's put together, successful, pretty cool, cute. She's smaller, petite. I like petite girls.
I like petite too.
Mm-hmm. And
If I can swing it.
yeah, sometimes just won't fit.
I'm sorry, baby, that implied that you weren't cute, my future girlfriend. Or
So-
slim, for that matter. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay, Cupid pictures. It's so vague.
Right.
She could be a heifer.
She could
this,
be.
This girl I'm meeting.
Or a butterface. Well, except her face is in the pictures usually.
It is in this case. Yeah.
Okay, so this girl was actually pretty into me in the beginning. We really hit it off, had some fun dates. Actually, we're spending too much time together, probably.
Uh-oh.
Like in
Isn't
the
that mistake
Says
you made
her.
in episode 83?
yes,
Too much
exactly
time.
same mistake.
Too much Jeremy, which
She-
I can't imagine.
I
but-
know. That's why you have me on like every 40 episodes.
PD doesn't come around very often, I'll tell you that. I'm usually going to him.
So
So if you want to make the drive to Yakima, you can be on whenever you
oh,
want.
okay. Hey, you can get on the back of my motorcycle and we can hop over the next time.
PD made that joke earlier.
Oh,
He's
really?
like, we might have to get beer when Jeremy gets here. We'll just all hop on the back of his motorcycle.
So I think the problem was that she liked me too much too soon and it scared her.
Is that the problem? I wasn't there for the date, but is that
Right.
the problem?
Well, we actually hung out like 5 times in the first 10 days or something crazy like that, and we're
That
having
is a
a
crazy amount of time.
Not once every other day. That's creepy.
yeah,
Oh
It
man,
kind of is,
yeah,
though.
you're
At the
right.
very beginning.
Yeah,
At
she
the
was
very
probably
beginning,
she
Nico.
probably just freaked herself out. Oh, this is too much.
there's a special circumstances for why that happened, like certain events that we were
Did
both.
her dad or
at-
uncle die or oh, okay, I'm
No,
I'm
no.
sorry, I'm being an asshole.
It's not like I mean, some of these were group activities. Don't worry about me, man. I just plow through. Come rain, sleet, or snow,
should've
I
warned
just
you,
keep talking.
Before we started, Nico, just pretend he's not talking.
Yeah, I
yeah.
can obviously
That's
handle
what everybody
that.
on the podcast is doing anyway. Like, he's not talking. I'm not
So-
listening to that shit.
Yeah, I was quiet during your shroom story.
And he could not look more dead-eyed as he listened to that.
I was like, I cannot relate. Ha
Yeah.
ha ha.
Yeah, you can't relate. That's the problem. But Pete
It
getting
sounds
hit with
fun,
a kite,
though.
sober.
Yeah, anyone can relate
Yeah,
to
that's
that.
funny.
That was funny.
So
and the
this one,
dragons
second
in the
one fizzled out
clouds.
because
Well, what's funny is, or crazy is, we hung out for like a couple weeks, and then I
more
was,
crazy than funny. Then
I can't figure it out right now. But just go with me. You decide. I'll let the listeners decide.
Pete, why don't you just go to bed? You seriously look like you
It's
were in a
dating stories. I've like been on a date. I went on
once
one
in your life, and then it led to marriage.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
went on one date 10 years ago. That's it. I don't know. what this
PJ
is
can't
like.
relate to my dating stories like I can't relate to his mushroom stories.
Exactly.
No experience. Like,
Exactly. That's a
she-
fair point,
the,
Jeremy.
the first
Talking
twinkle.
about B cups and being satisfied with that, you guys disgust me.
No, a good B, a solid B. She She fills out the B.
That girl at Shorty's was B at best. And
She
B,
was
B is
fucking
best.
hot.
B is for best.
yeah, A cup. You're right.
Just imagine this. Take your wife's right tit, cut it in half. There you go.
I'm imagining it.
Excuse me. Look, you had me at cutting in half.
That was very Patrick Bateman of you. Go on.
Well, after 2 weeks of it being awesome, I left for my trip to Japan, which was almost 3 weeks.
Oh boy.
And that
Why are you going to Japan? You got a new girlfriend.
Did she catch you buying panties out of the vending machine?
Panties and pubes. $1, please.
They have the
P&P.
pew
You
boxes.
get P&P for a buck.
Yeah. Well, I guess 3 weeks apart after 2 weeks of knowing each other probably kind of hurt the progress
Yeah.
too, you know.
She
Yeah,
probably ate a lot of dick
So,
in those.
At first, she was like,
few weeks.
"Oh, how long you gonna be gone? Oh, I'm gonna miss you," kind of thing. And like a week into it, we made plans to hang out when I came back. But when I came back, she was out of town, and so it actually turned into like a month that we didn't see each other. But we still had plans for the day after she got home, and we're gonna go out on a date. And I get a text the night before, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I can't meet you tomorrow." I'm like, "Oh, okay. How about
What is it about
Monday?"
you?
Yeah,
You seem like
everyone just wants to be my fucking friend.
you seem like don't get me gay. You seem like a pretty good catch to me.
I
Right?
know.
Like Jeremy's a catch, right?
Why can't these girls get it through their skull?
Apparently, Jeremy agrees.
They have to get to know the real me.
There's a number 3, isn't there?
Yes, that one was just pathetic. It's not even worth a story. Basically, we
That
met.
sounds like the most worthy of a
It
story.
was one of those where didn't live up to the pictures. Maybe she was okay, but it
Just
was
say what you want to say.
it was almost like
Don't drop a name. Say what you want to say.
instantly we both knew we weren't ever going to see each other again. And here's the lamest thing. We were talking, and it was good weather. We were on a rooftop bar place,
Uh-huh.
and, having as much fun as you can have, even though you're not going to want to date this person again.
Uh-huh.
And
Come
then
from girl to person, just in case.
well, I mean, she's not. We're not clicking. She's not wanting to see me again. I'm not
And
gonna.
she's fat, right? Just say
A little bit.
I knew that's what you were getting
She
at.
was a
Go.
pear.
Oh, a pear.
But and then
Solid B, though, right? Solid B.
I think she was a little bit. But this girl was a doctor. I was hoping for better. Like this girl could
You're
be
hoping
cool.
for better?
No,
And a
I'm
doctor?
saying like this girl she's traveled, she's got a cool past, she's a freaking doctor, she wants to go on a date with me,
Right.
like this could be cool, and then total letdown. And then toward the end of the date, she comes back from getting us our second round of drinks, because I make them pay.
Of course you do.
And
Maybe that was my mistake.
Maybe
oh
run out.
shit, no
Maybe
wonder.
leave
No wonder
while-
they don't want to keep seeing me. No. And she's like, "Oh, I just ran into these guys because she went to college here and then moved away, and now she's back after 10 years or whatever." She's like, "I just ran
Oh,
into
that's
these guys I know. Do you mind if we sit with them?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." So we move over to this table with these three dudes on a first date, and they're amusing, but I had been the amusement up until that point,
Right.
with my great conversational skills, as you know, and
As the listener
and
knows.
these dudes were total hams, full of stories, and I was fairly amused and entertained. But it was like, well, that was the end of our date, It was like,
Right.
okay, that was fun. Thanks, goodbye, have a good night, and never talk to each
You
other
should have made
again.
a scene, like put your arm around her really protectively while her buddies were talking to her.
I could have whipped it out, been like rubbing it on her face. Hey, guys, this one's mine. You see my cock? See her face?
I see your cock. I thought you were just doing a bit.
You see my cock in her face?
Just marking his territory. That's what Jeremy does.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, sounds like you didn't miss out too much on that. You have another one lined up?
I have one
Oh yeah, double date
in
or
the
double date.
wings. Yeah, in the wings. I'll try to get in touch with her again. Oh, she might be okay, but I don't really expect it
Hey,
to go much.
throw that Asian my way while you're at it.
Yeah.
She's done with you, right?
Yeah, that girl is cool, and I want to be her
Maybe
friend.
she's looking for somebody with a little more nose, and by that I mean cock.
Yeah, you know what they say about people with big
Yeah.
noses.
I wish
Yeah.
that's why. I wish it was that apparent. If they happen to look down at my feet, then yes,
Your nose does
the
kinda
legend
look
is
like
true.
a
Yeah.
penis.
What do you do? Just point it at him and lie?
That's how I've gotten every erection of all time is by lying. Isn't it gross? You're totally hot, baby. I'm totally into this. Grow.
No, you're more like, it's okay, I'm sober, I'm clean.
So I'm clean.
Don't worry, baby.
My kiss doesn't smell like cigarettes. I quit that.
And good night. Yeah, good finish.
Okay, so the thing that I've been doing for the last year and a half is short film races, which is pretty cool. You've got like,
.com?
not exactly. I was
Okay.
going to get to that. Why'd you
Okay,
break
my
my
bad, my bad.
flow?
My bad. Go on.
So, short film races basically have like 24 hours or 48
Is that a .com or?
Now I am going to bed. You're going to do this every 4 seconds.
I can start over.
I'm sorry you don't appreciate my shtick, PJ.
She did. Is that myshtick.com? So, you got a designated time period on a specific date, and you get an email like at 10 p.m. that gives you your randomly assigned genre and some other criteria or whatever you're supposed to say in the plural form. Criteria, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then you start writing. You start deciding who's going to act what, and write the script, cast the actors, and start filming the shit. Edit, do every piece of the development and production of a short film in 24 hours, for example.
Doesn't that hamper the eventual product?
Well, it's
It
definitely...
makes it exciting, I understand. But
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a restriction, and what's awesome is...
It's kind of the fun, though, right?
Yeah. Well,
Five obstructions
and
type thing.
the big benefit is that you're done. It's a minimum commitment of 1 or 2 days, and you've produced something. It doesn't drag on for 3 months or 12 weekends, and you've got a short film, and the secret is just to keep it simple, and you can do it well. Yeah. So actually, when I met OkCupid girl number 2, we were doing the second short film of of this year. And so
So this is not the Asian, right?
no, not the Asian,
Less
the Russian.
interested. Go on.
So that's actually kind of one reason why we wound up seeing each other a lot. She thought the films were cool, the idea was cool, and we did films on back-to-back weekends. So I invited her out to the theater where they were showing all these short films, and then the next weekend we were making one again, and I had her come act a small piece in it. She was really excited about these things, so that's kind of part of why we saw more of each other in those first 2 weeks.
Right.
But the film stuff's pretty cool, and we were successful this year with the 24-hour film race, winning the Audience Choice Award and second place overall in the award for Best Director and Best Actor. And the film is called Never Been Used. So look that shit up.
Is it on YouTube yet?
It will be by the time you listen to this. It's on Facebook, but I don't know. You know, even if you make a video public, I don't know if you can find that stuff without being my friend or something.
Right.
So.
Well, if there's a proper link, we'll put it in the show notes by the time this one comes out.
There you go.
Yeah.
Then we'll give you the link. But the stuff's fun, and I recommend it to anyone who's got any interest in short films or any part of filmmaking, because it takes no experience. None of us had experience. And you start one of these contests and get involved with like-minded people, and it's pretty impressive and rewarding what you end up coming up with in just a day or two.
So it's kind of like this podcast in a certain sense.
Yeah,
We're flying by the seat of our pants.
right.
We haven't won any Audience Choice Awards.
guys. We may have. I don't think they Googled that particular part of our show. No? You don't think we've won an
No.
audience?
I think we would have been notified.
Fight, 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 fight. It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time, time. It must